What is going on, guys? My name is Lextasy and welcome back to the channel. Now, even though this video has nothing to do with high performance drag racing or building cars or any reviews of sports cars, it does have something to do with the vehicle that I use every single day, and that is my 2020 Ram 1500. This is the Gen 5 Hemi 5.7 liter 8-speed transmission platform that I truly love. But don't just take my word for it. There's a reason why Forbes, Car and Driver, and Motor Trend all agreed that this is the #1 full-size truck in the market right now for reliability, performance, and handling. And in this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I truly love these trucks and why I keep buying them over and over again, and 3 reasons why I wish sometimes I didn't buy one of these trucks. And I'll give you a hint for one of the reasons. It has to do with how much computers and technology they've added into these vehicles, so things do glitch out. It's just bound to happen. So in this video, I'm also going to go over all the specs of this particular truck, what I think or recommend you get option wise whenever you buy one of these, and of course we are going to get on the road and go over how it drives and handling and performance wise. So let's go ahead and get it going. So let's start with #1 on my list of why I truly love buying Ram 1500s. Now let's be honest, whenever somebody buys a truck, for the most part it's because it's going to be used as a work truck. That's the main reason to have a bed on your vehicle. And even though I'm a full-time real estate agent, the bed has been used almost every other day, because while I do YouTube and I do car contents and I build cars as well, so I'm always throwing stuff on the back of the truck. Now the most important reason and why I buy these trucks is for the 5.7 Hemi. They've been using the same engine for the last 20 years, and you know why? Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now everybody knows about the infamous Hemi tick. We'll talk about that in the list of things I don't like about the truck. This engine right here can tote over 11,000 pounds, and it's just a V8 Hemi. It's not a diesel, but it does the job very well. I use this for towing almost every other week, a full-size 18-foot trailer with a car on there, or a truck or an SUV. Something's always getting towed. So driving a full-size truck, getting 17 to 18 miles per gallon and filling up regular fuel, I gotta say, it's a pretty good feeling. Now, some of these 5.7 Hemis also came with the e-torque, so that pretty much is a hybrid, or as they say, a mild hybrid system that sits right here where the alternator is. And the way it works is pretty genius, I'll be honest. It does give you a better gas mileage, and the reason for that is, well, a mild hybrid system consists of a 48-watt battery and the motor itself that runs off the belt. So instead of having an alternator that charges or runs all your parasitic draw items whenever you're driving, like your AC system, your heated seats, all the radio system, and the big 12-inch navigation screen, all those items are actually running off of the hybrid battery, so you're not putting as much tension and strain on the motor whenever you're doing daily driving. Also, whenever you're coasting down the mountain, you have regenerative braking, which I think is the most genius part of a hybrid system. Now, I'm not for the plug-in cars. Quite honestly, I hate them. I have a Tesla, I can't stand that thing. But a mild hybrid or a hybrid system like a Prius or an e-torque is pretty genius, because it does give you better gas mileage. Let's say you pulled up to a stop sign and you're about to take off. What it does is it shuts off the engine while you're sitting there, hence not using gas and burning it while running all the parasitic draw items and all your computers and technology and radio and heated seats. And whenever you're taking off from a red light or a stop sign, the first half a turn of your wheel is actually pushed by 160 foot-pounds off the e-torque system while the engine catches up and starts back up. And by getting the e-torque system, you are increasing your towing capability from 11,600 to 12,750 pounds. But for me, I didn't really need that extra 1,000 pounds of towing. I'm not doing that much of heavy towing of sorts, but it is a cool feature to have, and quite honestly, it's actually very reliable also. But for me, just doing the daily driving, the 5.7 Hemi with 395 horsepower is plenty. I still get great gas mileage, and like I said, it's a super comfortable ride and it tows very well. Now, before we move on to the second reason on my list why I love these Ram 1500s, I just want to show you the specs on my truck. This is a 2020 Ram 1500 Bighorn, which is like a mid-trim level. As you can tell, it does have a smaller cab. It's a quad cab, so less space in the back, but you do get a 6.5-foot bed, because, well, I use the bed more than actually having my kids and wife in the truck, so I figured why not just get a bigger bed to use for towing or whatever else I'm moving, car parts and stuff like that. The window sticker on this truck is right at $53,000. Before options is right at $40,000, which is actually not bad if you think about getting a V8 4x4 8-speed transmission. But with about $12,000 options, it does bring up to $53,000. Average miles per gallon, like we talked about, is right at 17 miles per gallon. So this one does have a few options. These are the 2 options I'm going to tell you you 100% get, and here's why. So the first option is the night package, because as you can tell, it changes the complete look of this truck. You get the black wheels, you get the blacked out grille. There is absolutely no chrome on this truck whatsoever. It just makes it look a lot more luxury and elegant. It actually took me a bit of time to find a night edition because well, a lot of people love them, and just like I do, it actually looks pretty good on white trucks as well. Like if you get a white Ram 1500 with the night edition, because it does black out all the chrome as well, so it makes it really pop when it comes to the black wheels. And the second option I highly recommend you getting is the level 2 equipment group, because while it does give you heated seats, heated steering wheel, Apple CarPlay, it does give you parking sensors as well, which for me is a big deal. So pretty much gives you a lot more safety equipment, but also makes it a little more luxury on the inside also. Now normally Bighorns do not come with leather, but this one actually has cat skin, as you can tell by this little sticker right here. Side note, just as good quality as from factory for about half the price. So if you can get these installed, definitely ask the dealership to do it, or do it on your own. I think it's like $2,000 for the front and back, and this one has the red sides as well, so it makes it look like a Rebel interior, and looks like they even match the door panels as well, which I truly love. And the heated seats work with this also. And the second reason on my list why I really love these Ram 1500s, and quite honestly I just can't find another good replacement for them, because there's nothing else that competes, in my personal opinion, with these Ram 1500s, and it has to be the technology on the inside, or the optional technology you can get on these Ram 1500s. So let's talk about the technology in the new Ram 1500s. And what I love about them is they literally think of everything. So like I said, this is a Bighorn with a few upgraded packages, like the 12-inch screen, which by the way, don't get it if you don't want it, man. Honestly, it's not worth the upgrade. Here's what I mean by that. Most of us, let's be honest, for me personally, use navigation that's not built in, right? You do get the full vertical 12-inch screen if you're using the built-in navigation. If you were to go to CarPlay, well, unfortunately, you get half of it for Waze, Google Maps, or whatever other option you use. So let's say you went to Apple Maps, right? Now the 12-inch screen has become a 6-inch, and only about 4 inches of that is actually being used for the navigation itself, which is about the same size as the regular 8-inch screen that you get upgraded on the level 2 equipment group. So might as well get a level 2. Big screen is not really worth it. Honestly, the 12-inch screen does look cool, don't get me wrong, because everything is on the screen when it comes to your climate or whatever else you want to use, or your radio stations. But again, 8-inch screen is perfectly fine for it, and it still does look pretty good. Think about it this way, guys. For $53,000 before any retail discounts that Chrysler may offer on new Ram 1500s, you get a 12-inch screen, parking sensors, heated seats, heated steering wheel, you get adjustable pedals, you get blind spot monitors, folding mirrors. Now let's say you wanted to get the fully decked out Ram 1500. They come with heated and ventilated front and rear seats. You also get something cool in the glove compartment called a hygienic UV light. So basically, if you wanted to clean your, I don't know, your iPhone, or clean your jewelry, you put it in the glove compartment, and it uses a UV light to clean all that germs and stuff and viruses off of it. It's crazy what they fit in these trucks these days. And the most important reason why this truck gets so much praise from every article, every website, for me personally, is the quietness and the comfort of the ride of these Ram 1500s. Just listen to this. You don't hear any road noise whatsoever. The only thing you're hearing is the wind from outside, because it's about to snow out here. But the ride is so freaking comfortable. I would put it almost on the level of an S-Class Mercedes. I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating. This thing is so comfortable to ride, it floats. And this doesn't even have the optional air ride that you can get on them with airbags in the front and in the rear. But because of the unique coil spring and multi-link rear suspension, this thing floats without even having the air ride suspension on. It really drives amazing. Like, taking long trips on this truck is on another level. I've experienced F-150s. I had a Raptor, which is supposed to have the super soft suspension. It is nowhere near on the level of this, or a Ram TRX, which I've owned also. Really missed that truck, but it wasn't worth $100 and some thousand when I first bought it. It is now for $70K. I know I sound repetitive, but the quietness and the comfort of this truck is on another level that you have to experience on your own. Go test drive one at a dealership. I promise you're going to agree with what I'm saying. The ride is so quiet inside this cab that I can literally whisper right now and you guys can hear me, and it's not a problem. But obviously I have a loud voice, so I can't continue talking like that. So tying it back to being a real estate agent and always being on the road and answering phone calls, or being a construction worker or somebody that uses that truck for long periods of time and you live inside the cab, quietness is important so you can answer those phone calls, so you can think while you're driving. And you know, sometimes after a long stressful day at work, you do want to just enjoy some peaceful music or no music at all, but you don't want to hear that road noise as if you're driving on some 37-inch tires tires. And now let's move on to the issues that I've ran into with this truck, and the 3 things I don't like about it, and 3 things you should probably pay attention to as well when you're looking to buy one. Remember how we talked about all the technology that the new Ram has? Well, that's not just on the Chrysler products, it affects the Fords and the Chevys as well, because, well, we want all our creature comforts, let's be honest. When we're going places, we want to be able to enjoy the truck or the vehicle to its full potential. Now, one issue that I've ran into, and I've heard a lot of people in a lot of different forums talk about it as well, is for whatever reason, if you're idling this truck and you're just sitting inside of it, at some random point, the horn will start honking for about 3 to 4 times. The hazard lights are going to start flashing. You can't turn them off by pressing the button whatsoever, and your tire pressure gauge on your screen will come on as well. Who knows what the reason is? Nobody can figure out. A lot of people went to different dealerships multiple times to replace all kinds of computers on there. Now, the best answer I've been able to get so far is the truck is activating the tire inflation assist that's in the program itself. So it's thinking that you are inflating the tire for whatever reason, therefore activating the horn and the hazard lights to let you know, like, hey, you are at the recommended tire pressure. No idea why it's doing that. It does affect a lot of trucks. The dealership cannot figure out a way to fix it. It just happens. So if you run into that issue, now you know why it's happening. Now, I personally also had the 12-inch screen sometimes not want to kick on for a few minutes or so, or the backup camera doesn't want to kick on. It happens, guys. The more technology you add into the vehicle, the more issues you're going to run into. Comment down below if you had any Ram 1500 issues as well, especially electronically wise, because I want to see what other things to look out for that may happen. Number 2 on the list of things I don't like, and this is a big issue for all 5.7 liter Hemis, and that is the exhaust manifold bolts themselves that are known to crack, causing the exhaust leak that we all hear in a lot of the Hemis, which sounds like a tractor whenever it's driving. And it's not just the newer versions or the older versions, it affects them all. All Hemis have that issue. Even the 2022s and 2023s are known to have this issue. Now, why is this a big problem? Because, well, whenever that bolt cracks an exhaust manifold, if you guys know, that is connected to the head. Whenever that bolt snaps, half of it stays inside the head, half of it comes out with the exhaust, causing a leak, which can throw check engine lights. But also, now you got to figure out a way to get that bolt out of the head itself, which can be very expensive. You might need to weld on a different bolt and then untighten it or unscrew it that way, but it can cause a lot of problems. Now, the reason those bolts are breaking is because the exhaust manifold itself is warping, which is really crazy. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, well, if it's a 2022, 2023 truck, you should have warranty on it, and you're absolutely right. But some dealerships have been known to say, well, since the bolt is what broke, technically it's not part of the powertrain warranty, because powertrain warranty only covers the engine, transmission, the differential, exhaust manifolds, but not the bolts themselves. So there's ways they try to get out of it. It just comes down to how much arguing you want to do with that dealership. So if you do go to a dealership to test drive one and it sounds like a tractor, well, you know what their issue is, and you should probably stay away from it, because those exhaust manifolds are known to be on back order as well, and takes forever to get one. Talking about dealerships, let's talk about the number 3 and a very important part of why sometimes buying a truck overall, but especially a Ram 1500, just kind of hurts, and that is depreciation. That is a known issue. Everybody knows about it. It didn't really affect trucks or the market as much in 2020 and 2021, but 2022 and 2023 is when it really kicked off, because, well, we have started to have inventory again. With more inventory means more discounts on sticker pricing, which means depreciation. So if you bought a new truck back in 2020, 2021, you are probably pretty tanked in your vehicle, or upside down as they like to say it. I buy my trucks usually used for that reason and try to pay attention to get the best deal, because I know as soon as I drive it off the lot, even used ones, I am taking a hit on it. So one particular app that I use all the time when I'm searching for new cars, and this is not sponsored, but I highly recommend you using, is called CarGurus Price Trends. So what I do is I go on Google, I'll type in Ram 1500 Price Trends, and it'll pop up CarGurus. It shows you the exact make, the year, the model, and how much the depreciation happens for 90 days, 6 months, and year over year. Now, I mostly pay attention to the year over year depreciation, because that's what really hurts and shows you after 12 months of ownership how much value have you lost off of retail price that you paid for it. Now, the Ram 1500s in 2021 depreciated about 17 to 18% in one full year, which is not bad for a truck. It's the same average that the F-150s and the Silverados depreciated as well. 2022 is where this thing really took a hit and depreciated depreciated almost 24%. Now, why did that happen? Because dealerships started having inventory and offering 5 to 10% off of window sticker or retail price or MSRPs. I did just see something crazy on the new 2023 Chevys. They're offering $12,000 off of window sticker price. That is insane discount for a new vehicle, but because, like I said, inventory is coming up, they have to get rid of them somehow. So what do I personally think of the Ram 1500s? Well, like I said, this is my 4th or 5th one. I've lost count. I highly recommend you getting one. Maybe not a new one, not until the discounts start coming out again. Get yourself a used one, 1 to 2 year old that still has warranty on it. You are not going to be disappointed. Look at this bad boy. Look how good it looks. All blacked out, black wheels, black badging, black bumper, everything. It's such a comfortable ride, guys. I promise you, the interior quietness and the comfort of that cab is something that I look forward to. I love daily driving this car. I have other options I could choose from. In fact, I got a twin turbo R8 that's pretty fun, or a Tesla that gets really good gas mileage. But I choose a truck, a pickup truck, over other vehicles just because of how comfortable this thing is. It really doesn't feel like driving a full-size truck every day. If you guys enjoy reviews like this, definitely comment down below what you want to see me do next, and subscribe to the channel because I have a lot more content coming. We do a lot of racing on the channel as well. We do a lot of builds, but once in a while I love to throw in a few reviews as well of personal vehicles that I've owned. This thing does have 60,000 miles, guys, so it's not like I got it from a dealership to test drive and all of a sudden I'm talking about it. I've actually put a lot of miles on it, a lot of towing done with it, and I gotta say, I highly recommend these Ram 1500s. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy your lives, enjoy your cars, and I'll see you in the next episode.